نجوم لاحت في العليا لتناجي العزة والسؤدد، وبريق يصدع أخاذا ونفوس الناس بها تسعد. نجوم لاحت في العليا لتناجي العزة والسؤدد، وبريق يصدع أخاذا ونفوس الناس بها تسعد. نجوم لاحت في العليا لتناجي العزة والسؤدد، وبريق يصدع أخاذا ونفوس الناس بها تسعد. وسحاب يهطل مغفرة ليغيث قلوبا تتوقد.
Hi, I'm Bob Strong, and I'm the chapter leader for the Inland Northwest chapter of Act for America, which is nonpartisan and non-sectarian, and was founded to give an organized, informed, and unified voice to those who oppose the spread of radical Islam in America. We do so through peaceful action, rejecting hate and violence. Brigitte Gabriel founded Act for America in 2007, and it now has 750 chapters and 260,000 members spread across the United States. There are 14 ACT chapters in Washington. 13 are on the west side, and the Inland Northwest chapter covers almost all of Washington east of the Cascades. Although our membership is concentrated in Spokane County, we have members from Kettle Falls and Newport to Moses Lake, Yakima, and the Tri-Cities. All veterans, including myself, have solemnly sworn an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and to bear true faith and allegiance to the same. There is an enemy that is both foreign and domestic that has just as solemnly sworn to overthrow our government and replace our Constitution. That enemy is the Muslim Brotherhood. They explained their plan in a document titled, quote, "An Explanatory Memorandum on the General Strategic Goal for the Group in North America," unquote. Although they wrote the document in 1991, the FBI did not discover it until 2004 in a raid on a Muslim Brotherhood member's house in Northern Virginia. It turned out to hold the Brotherhood's archives for North America. This one critical document provides deep insight into the Brotherhood's methods and intentions. They spell out their strategy and ultimate goal in one chilling paragraph titled, quote, "Understanding the Role of the Muslim Brother in North America," unquote. It states, quote, "The process of settlement is a civilization jihad process with all the word means. The Ikhwan, that is the Muslim Brotherhood, must understand that their work in America is a kind of grand jihad in eliminating and destroying the Western civilization from within and sabotaging its miserable house by their hands and the hands of the believers, so that it is eliminated and God's religion, that is Islam, is made victorious over all other religions." Is that clear enough? It is obvious that their intent is to settle Islam in America through benign subterfuge to infiltrate our society and government with the end goal of taking control and establishing a global caliphate governed by Sharia law. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is a documented conspiracy fact. So, are these just a tiny minority of extremists? No. The last page of this document states at the top, quote, "A list of our organizations and the organizations of our friends," unquote. It then lists every major Muslim American organization in existence in 1991. Even so, this does not mean that all or most American Muslims are members of or support the Muslim Brotherhood. On the contrary, most no doubt want to live their lives in peace and raise their children in a safe environment. But they are not organized, and except for one small group led by Zuhdi Jasser, they do not stand up and speak out against the militant aggression of Islamists against non-Muslims, even in America. The first Muslim Brotherhood organization established in America was the Muslim Student Association, with a chapter at the University of Illinois in 1963. The MSA now has hundreds of chapters at major universities and colleges across the country. It is the primary recruiting arm for the Muslim Brotherhood in America. Its graduates go on to fill the ranks of other Brotherhood organizations here. The next Brotherhood organization, the North American Islamic Trust, was founded in 1973, and it serves as the bank for the other Brotherhood organizations, financing their operations. Even more importantly, it owns the titles to approximately 80% of the mosques in America. The significance of that fact is also spelled out in the explanatory memorandum document. One paragraph is titled, Understanding the Role and Nature of Work of the Islamic Center, that is, the mosque, in every city with what achieves the goal of the process of settlement. Its summary paragraph states, quote, In brief we say we would like for the Islamic Center to become the house of dawah. Dawah means the proselytization of non-Muslims. And the general center in deeds first before name. As much as we own and direct these centers at the continent level, that means across the continent, we can say we are marching successfully towards the settlement of dawah in this country, unquote. To bring it home to those in eastern Washington, the Spokane County Assessor's site documents that the North American Islamic Trust, a documented Muslim Brotherhood organization, owns the mosque in Spokane Valley. Remember that the explanatory memorandum states, quote, as much as we own and direct these centers, unquote. In other words, if they own it, they also direct it. The same is true for the mosque in the Tri-Cities area. The North American Islamic Trust owns and therefore directs that mosque. The organization at the top of the list of our organizations is appropriately the Islamic Society of North America. Its website states that it is a unifying organization and it is an association of other Muslim organizations to provide a common platform for promoting Islam in America. They are the organization that makes sure all of the others are marching in formation, in step, and in one direction. The most visible Muslim Brotherhood organization in America is the Council on American Islamic Relations, known as CARE. It is the public relations branch for the Brotherhood, and as such is the most recognized. It was not founded until 1994, after the explanatory memorandum was written, but was formed by members of the Islamic Association for Palestine, which was on the list of our organizations in that document. For a detailed look inside CARE, read the book Muslim Mafia, Inside the Secret Underworld That's Conspiring to Islamize America. One of the authors, David Galbatz, is a former Air Force intelligence operative who managed to get infiltrators inside CARE's national headquarters working as summer interns. They obtained several thousands of documents that are the basis for this book. These organizations are tied together in the Holy Land Foundation terrorism funding trial in Dallas, which finished at the end of 2008 with the convictions of 5 Muslim Brotherhood members on 108 counts of providing financial support to Hamas, a designated terrorist group, which is itself a Muslim Brotherhood organization. Among the many unindicted co-conspirators named in the verdict were 3 of the organizations just discussed, NATE, ISNA, and CARE. The Justice Department's plan was to actually indict these people and proceed to future trials in successive phases. However, that was the end of 2008, and Obama had just been elected president. It is obvious that he and his Justice Department have deliberately chosen not to pursue these prosecutions. Some people discount the threat from the Muslim Brotherhood because they say they have renounced violence. However, it is important to know why they say that. In 1948, the Muslim Brotherhood assassinated the Egyptian Prime Minister. As a result, the Egyptian government and military violently suppressed them, causing many of its leaders to flee the country and scatter around the world to pursue their goals by nonviolent means. The Brotherhood in Egypt had to relearn that lesson the hard way when they assassinated the Egyptian president Anwar Sadat in 1981 after he signed a peace treaty with Israel. As a consequence, they have made a strategic decision to pursue a nonviolent jihad that has been called a stealth jihad after the book by Robert Spencer. It's important to understand that the Islamic Sharia law, which is derived from the Quran, Hadith, and Sirah, gives only one true definition of jihad. It states, quote, jihad means to war against non-Muslims and is etymologically derived from the word mujahada, signifying warfare to establish the religion, unquote. That's from the classic manual of Islamic sacred law, The Reliance of the Traveler, Book O, Section 9.0. The Investigative Project on Terrorism has published the new DVD, Jihad in America, The Grand Deception, which describes in detail the history and intentions of the Muslim Brotherhood in America, using secret recordings of their own words when they thought no outsiders were listening. The DVD is available from Amazon. There is one important point in the DVD that needs elaboration. After about 1 minute, an Arabic-speaking man says, "Westerners should know that for Islamists, lying is permitted when it serves their interests." He should have said, when it serves Islam's interests, because that is a formal Islamic doctrine called taqiyya, meaning lying to deceive unbelievers. Again, Sharia law states, quote, "When it is possible to achieve a praiseworthy aim through lying, but not by telling the truth, it is permissible to lie if attaining the goal is permissible, and obligatory to lie if the goal is obligatory. It is obligatory for Muslims to spread Islam when they are living in non-Muslim lands." That's also a quote from the classic manual of Islamic sacred law, The Reliance of the Traveler, Book R, Section 8.2. I'll finish with a comment on the common slur, Islamophobia. A phobia is an irrational fear, the key word being irrational, meaning not based on facts and logic. If your concerns about Islam are rationally derived from documented facts, then Islamophobia does not apply. The Muslim Brotherhood and its sympathizers use this term to attack and silence anyone who dares to express any critical concerns about Islam. It is a de facto suppression of free speech, and I will not submit to it. You should not either.
نجوم لاحت في العليا لتناجي العزة والسؤدد وبريق يصدع أخاذا ونفوس الناس بها تسعد. نجوم لاحت في العليا لتناجي العزة والسؤدد وبريق يصدع أخاذا ونفوس الناس بها تسعد. نجوم لاحت في العليا لتناجي العزة والسؤدد وبريق يصدع أخاذا ونفوس الناس بها تسعد. وسحاب يهطل مغفرة ليغيث قلوبا تتوقد